Trigger warning. This video contains discussions of how trigger warnings are bullshit and might trigger those who believe in triggers. So, you're dead. Anyway, trigger warnings. This is a big thing. It's cropped up all over the internet. It's even on some college campuses now. Feminist students refusing to read certain literature because I feel this literature might trigger me. Seriously, why would you assign me something like this? It's so misogynistic. It's so sexist. It's so ableist. It's so transphobic. Oh my god. It's Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, it's ugh. The idea behind the trigger warning is that there's just some things you could say or do that if someone with some past trauma or some emotional sensitivity sees them, they will be triggered. Oh! And they're going to have a nervous breakdown and they're going to crawl under their desk and cry for 38 minutes and they're, oh God, oh! And you're warned about this stuff, but for anything like you write a poem about fucking someone until they explode with semen, which I did, and people are like, this sounds like a rape poem and it could trigger rape victims. Like, it never says the other participant in the poem isn't consenting, and it's obviously hyperbole, and it's obviously a joke. Joke, huh? Well, I don't see anything funny about your joke, Mr. Rape Apologist. You are part of rape culture, and you have triggered me. It's like, if you're so triggered, why aren't you crawling under the desk and crying instead of yelling at me with great force and confidence? Doesn't seem like it's triggered you at all. Seems like you're just fucking fine. Seems like I kind of lit a fire under your ass and now you're just on a fucking warpath. You don't seem that triggered, honestly. You know, it's legit that people who have been through traumatic stuff, or maybe they just have severe emotional issues or mental issues, they can be triggered. That's true. But you know what? That is on them. If you can be triggered when you are exposed to certain elements or certain media or whatever, then it's your job to avoid those elements and those media and whatever. It's not society's job to say, all right, everyone, freedom of speech is over. We've discovered that there's people out there whose feelings are being hurt and they are crying and they are hurting inside. So obviously the only option is to put a stop to any and all forms of expression that might hurt someone or trigger them. Bullshit. No, it's on them. I'm sorry that they have these problems, but it's not my job to protect them. I don't even know them. I don't even really give a shit about them. I give a shit about them in the vague, nebulous sense that I care about the general well-being of all people. But that's pretty faint. What's much more important to me is my right to express myself, and your right to express yourself, and everyone's right to express themselves. Because that is the cornerstone of a freedom that without it, there's no fucking point in existing.